Welcome to ClubRunner and Rotary Club Central training. My name is Shirley Pinnix-Evans. I'm the District Administrator for District 5830. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to learn more about Rotary and our district. The presentation is going to be a combination of PowerPoint and live demos. If you would like a copy of the PowerPoint presentation, please email me at rotary5830da@gmail.com. We will be exploring how to use ClubRunner and Rotary Club Central as management tools. Now, there's two different databases, and both require a user ID and a password. On ClubRunner, the user ID and temporary password was assigned when you became a member of Rotary. The Rotary International user ID is always your email address on your profile, and you do determine the password. And yes, you can have the same password. Before we get too deep in the presentation, let's talk about ClubRunner. ClubRunner is a software membership solution company for nonprofits, clubs, other associated organizations. ClubRunner was founded in 2003, and the company is based out of Ontario, Canada. If you want to know more information, the phone number to contact them is 877-469-2582, or you can email them at support@clubrunner.ca. The features of this software company include website designer, membership directory, report generation, and invoicing. 20 out of our 41 clubs in the district pay for ClubRunner advanced software, and the other clubs use our district ClubRunner version with limited access. We'll talk a little bit more about the difference later. On slide number 2, I have provided you some shortcuts if you like to use web addresses to the Rotary RI website, the Rotary dashboard for the Rotary Club Central site, and the district site. So I've got that on the PowerPoint screen. Now, if you have the club version, then your user ID and your sign-on is what you set up from the website. So you would have the website address with the required user ID and password. On the next screen, we're going to talk about the importance of updating members and officer data. Always on ClubRunner, you set up the new member on ClubRunner, and you also update the customer, the Rotarian's profile, and that information does map over to the RI website. The key thing to remember is once a Rotarian is issued a Rotary number, that stays with that member. So you might ask, why do the members need to keep the same RI number? When a Rotarian makes a donation to Rotary Foundation, then that donation is matched up with the Rotarian's RI number. So, for example, if more than one RI number is assigned to a Rotarian as they make their contributions, then that is going to limit the time that they can reach the Paul Harris level. So Rotary Foundation contributions are tied to that RI number, and then that advances them to the first and the following levels of Paul Harris. Now, let's talk a little bit about the difference between the district ClubRunner and the club version of ClubRunner. Now, the club version, the club pays for the subscription. And again, you sign on through the club's website address. Some options and benefits of the club version is website design, customer member invoicing, payment records, newsletters that can be sent out, email communication to all of the district club presidents and management reports. Through testimony, my small club, and I'm the treasurer of that club, as I generated invoices, it used to take me 30 to 40 minutes to create the invoices for my club because I had to do it manually. And it has reduced my time to about less than 5 minutes. So, and that's from the beginning to the end, setting up the format of the invoice, and then just sending it to all of the members, but because that is tied to ClubRunner. So therefore I don't have to have their individual email addresses or type it in. So it really is a time saving for me as a treasurer of my club. On the district version, that you still can set up a new Rotarian. You can still edit the Rotarian's profile and officers as well. So whoever your officers are for this following year, you can set that up within that 23-24 year. And regardless of which version you use, it has an option or requirement really to put in your club location, where you meet, what time you meet, and the location as far as the address for your meeting. Also, in the past, and some clubs still do that, either version, you can do attendance reporting. And the attendance reporting on the district website is limited. So it basically, you report attendance, but it will report the average of whatever the club attendance is, not individual. If Rotarian wants to keep their status of 100% attendance, that's done in the club version. Both versions do allow the synchronization of officers and members from ClubRunner to the RI. So to repeat this again, ClubRunner is one database, and the RI website is another database. On slide 4, it has the list of clubs within our district that actually use the club version, which means is they pay for that additional benefits there. The next slide is an example or a snapshot of what our district website looks like. So if I've given you the web address, but just a refresher, it's www.rotary5830.org. Once you get into that website, then you're seeing on the right top corner, you're seeing a member login. If you've forgotten your user ID and password, then I'm going to go to the next screen that you could actually request the user ID and reset your password. So the next screen is once you click on forgotten user ID, it's going to give you the opportunity to select your club, put your last name and your email address and submit. And at that point, it will email you your user ID. So you say, okay, now I've got my user ID, but I do not have my password. So you would log in your user ID and then click on forgot password, and then it would let you log in at that point. When you do log in, you're going to see to the left of the member area your name. That tells you that you've signed in. So Then on the next screen is once you hit the member area, there is going to be tabs of the different areas that you can access. Now, just to make a point, there's administration tab, and there's a new administration tab and an old administration, and you can actually work from either one if you're, but I'm just showing you what it looks like for the new version today. I've circled contact support if you wanted to research some information about ClubRunner's version. You can click on contact support and then or access knowledge base information. Some of the existing officers have already received quite a bit of communication from ClubRunner. Each year they provide a seminar on changing the changeover. So it's kind of a refresher course of ClubRunner, or if you want to sign in and sign up for it, you'll get a feel for what the benefits are for ClubRunner. So we're going to go back. Anytime you're in the district website and you want to get back to this main screen, is what I'm showing here, all you have to do is click on the Rotary District 58 logo, and that'll get you back to that screen. So I wanted to make a point of two areas: forms and information in training. So I'm going to go forward for this next one. So once I clicked on form and information, that gives a lot of good information for the club. For instance, for the club general information, it gives you your governing documents. Every 3 years, the Constitution could change, or probably does change. And that when it does, it requires you to update your club bylaws. And so these are your current wording for the Constitution and the recommended bylaws based on the Constitution approved. And this is an RI. This is an RI requirement to follow through with updating your bylaws. Right below that is if you need some ideas about fundraising and service projects, then you click on this fundraising idea. That's a PDF file, so it will download to your computer and you can forward it on or print it out. To the right of that is membership area. These are some documents that would help the membership chair and the membership committee talk about and evaluate your club. And so the Be the Vibrant Club, the health check, strengthening your membership, all of those are PDF files, so they would download there. This information is actually found on the Rotary International website. However, we wanted to make it available for convenience for you. Following down here, the next red circle that I've got is an important area for club project grants. Now, there's a deadline to submit June the 1st for this next year's grants. And so if you don't know if your club is eligible for any money, then you would basically click on the 23-24 maximum grant request amount. And so you click on that, and then it does give you in these areas what the qualifications are for the club and the grant requirements and the forms. And also, if you had a grant last year, if you haven't sent in your final report, that's also due June the 1st. So they will not look at any new grants until they approve the final report for the previous year. And we will go live in a minute to kind of show you some other areas that would be helpful for you. Now, I have given you in front of you is a copy, or I mean, a picture of what a Texarkana Sunrise Rotary Club website is. So they do have the club version, so they pay for the club version. They currently do not, because I'm a member, they don't have a webmaster in their club. And so it makes it really easy to use the ClubRunner's format for their website design. So, so just like on the district website, there's a member area. You sign in based on the address of your website. And it's important to make sure that your logos are correct. The Imagine Rotary is the RI theme that will change July 1st. And then, of course, the club's logo. A point before I go further, the point is, and I've circled, not only do we have a website, we have a Facebook. So we have a link from our website into a Facebook, because we post more things of the club service projects and fundraising on our Facebook than we do on the website. Now we do post quite a few projects and explanation of what we're doing and pictures of the event, etc. on there. But these are two of the areas that I wanted y'all to notice here. So once you go, now this is for the clubs that have the club version. So but you can if you've signed in, you go to communication tab and you go to email service. So if you are a club version, you can actually email every president in our district without knowing what their email address was. So it'll pre-fill that email address and you can send them communication about service projects that you want help on, or you want additional participation in, and also fundraising ideas or fundraising, sharing the word about what's going on in the fundraising. Now, in the on the other side of that block there, it's got manage blocked emails. And that is something that's available on either the district or the ClubRunner version. And what that means is it will, once you click on that, it will identify any Rotarian in your club that is not receiving emails from either the RI website or the district. So, and it could be several reasons. It could be the email inbox was full when that email was sent out by ClubRunner, or it could be thought it was a scam type email. There could be multiple reasons, but once that email is blocked, it will not receive any more emails. Now, we send out a monthly newsletter, and that newsletter it comes from the district governor, and then she'll have other district committee members encourage them to write on their area of expertise. We have training notification on what's going on in the district. And so it's important for your members to receive communication from the district and then also from Rotary International. RI integration, and this is basically where you're we call it the synchronization process, when you compare both databases and to make sure that you have the right information. This is a good process. It needs to be done at least twice a year right before the RI dues go out, because once RI sends their invoices out, they will not make any adjustments on that. So looking at your customers, I keep saying customers, I'm sorry, looking at your Rotarians and making sure that if they're not a Rotarian, they resigned and they're no longer a Rotarian, make sure that RI doesn't have them on file, because they will be charged. So that's really good. It also catches errors if for some reason another Rotarian was set up with two different RI numbers, and we kind of talked about the purpose of that. It could be a name, the name may be different a little bit, but it's going to compare both databases, and it's going to identify any areas that need to be reviewed or corrected. So now we're going, before we go to Rotary Club Central, I wanted to go live on the district website. So I'm going to have to stop share for just a minute, and then I'm going to go on the district website. And okay, so we are on the district website, and we talked about forms and information, and just wanted to, once you've signed in on the district website, you have access to these areas that I'm showing you. So the forms and information we talked, I just showed you the top. I showed you what was available on the general for clubs, and then we talked about foundation. But if you scroll on down, these your other documents, I really get questions a lot on where to find the contribution form to make a Rotary Foundation contribution, and that is where it is. So if you make just one contribution, that's a single Rotarian contribution form. If you send in contributions for up to 20 people, that form has places for 20 people, and then you can always add some additional forms if you need to. If you want to make recognition points transfer, there's your form there, or a memorial or tribute gift form. So that is where you'll find your foundation contribution forms. And then I could go into a lot of different areas, but that at least you know where to find that, and explore at your convenience. Training tab is another area that's really good for those president-elects and president nominees and assistant governors. If you click on the Lone Star Pets, you're going to find some manuals and training manuals and a lot of good information there. And Lone Star Pets, that means President-elect Training Seminar. So that's what that means. That happens once a year. It's been happening in Dallas, Texas. So for us, okay. And so all right, so the only other thing I wanted to, well, a couple of things I wanted to show you is please be mindful of the district calendar. The district calendar has all of the district events coming up, where the Iron Lung is located, where the district conference is. Also, before the end of June and possibly end of May, we'll have all the district governors' official visits on there. So as you review that, you can look for your particular club, and if the date that we have assigned doesn't work for your club, then you can contact me or a district governor-elect, Karen Maines, and we can get that date changed for you. That's very important to make sure we're scheduling a time that's better for your club. So I'm going to go back to the main screen, and so you can get a little bit more comfortable with our district website. There's 3 columns on the district website, and so the very middle column is the articles column. Right above that is a logo for a Facebook link. So if you clicked on that logo, Facebook logo, it would pull in the district Facebook account. And the YouTube channel, we do have a YouTube channel that we have training material on, and so recorded training, and that's what we're doing today, and that'll be uploaded on the YouTube channel. So if you have a desktop like I have, then it's going to show all 3 of the screens. If you have an iPad or a phone that you review information on, then it's going to pull up the middle section first, and then it'll pull up the left section and the right section. So just to get a feel of what it looks like if you're using an iPhone or an Android phone. The right side has lots of good information. The district organization, if you want to know who the leaders are in the in the district or have a question about some areas of Rotary, it has their phone number and email addresses that are available. If you are making up within our district and say I'm going to be in Canton on a certain day, then you can look up and see what day they meet and what time they meet and the location. And it will actually have the address of where they meet and also the president of the club. If you want to email them and let them know you're coming or give them a call, that information is available there. So anytime you're in the district website and you need to get back to the main, remember you're going to click on the logo and it's going to get you back to the main screen. In the district files, if you need to mail something to one of the district clubs, we've got the club mailing address. If you want information about the Iron Lung, there it is, or the budget. We do provide the last 3 monthly bulletins for your review if you've missed one. Even though they are sent out by email, but they're also posted on the website. And then we have Rotary links to save your time if you've got a certain area that you want to go to, and it will link you right up to the RI website. And then the last thing is the photo albums. So each event we try to take pictures. So if you went to one of those events, you might want to click on that and find a picture of you. So it's always fun to see and revisit fun times. So